Michael, you have the floor. Yeah. Where are you stuck? What are you afraid of?
Yeah, the last 4 months, I've becoming more convicted on just these frameworks and habits, seeing the impact on many of you and the journeys y'all have been on, real revenue and confidence showing up in your approaches. And I've been kind of like in between being like fully in public about all these methods because it has been antithetical to what Transcend Network has been known for in the last year or two, 3, maybe even longer. The question is like, I'm going to be disclosing a lot of the stories and frameworks that we have been doing here to 65 of our investors of our fund on Wednesday, just through an LP update email, and then they could book time to go one-on-one with me. My fear is I'm anchoring on like that disclosure being like, oh, that's what I need to really go public with it. But I think I'm just like fooling myself of, I have like start and stops, weeks where I'm like really posting a lot and like doing it, and then weeks where it's just not there. So I had this story of like, well, I kind of felt like I've been lying to my investors because I haven't been telling them about a lot of this work. So when I actually get to be honest with them about what's happening, then everyone in my life is like fully updated on what I'm doing. It's not like I'm living 2 lives. I think we called it living split, right? Yeah.
So is your question, I'm heading to the moment where being split is not possible anymore because I'm declaring?
Yeah, I'm declaring.
What is the question?
Is that, I don't know. I think it's like kind of like, do I really believe, the question is, have you ever made up a moment that you think is going to help unlock to the next level, but is it just a mirage that I'm creating? Like maybe it's really not that important. So the question to the group, I guess, is like, how do you know if you're really being honest with yourself?
Can you frame the question? How do I know?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
So what is it? How do I know that I'm being honest with myself?
Yeah.
Does anyone have counsel on how
do I know?
That I'm being honest with myself? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. How do I know I'm being honest with myself? It feels like a big moment, but maybe it isn't. And am I anchoring on the wrong thing? Like this disclosure is really maybe not that important, or maybe it is. It feels like it is. Yeah.
And question for clarification, do you feel that you have been fraudulent?
No, personally, no.
So the disclosure's big event is because they're going to be surprised, or because you've not spoken about it?
Yeah, it hasn't been part of our GP fund communication to LPs, what is happening on the founder program side, because it's been in flux. I've been reorganizing a lot of things.
So I'm just asking, you're not excited to say, guess what? I'm gay.
Yeah.
You're actually worried about coming out. I'm just trying to understand what is
the fear? Yeah.
What is the fear? Because I think people here are going to have answers to that question.
Yeah.
How do I know when I'm a fraud, or how do I know when I'm? Help me sharpen it just one more time.
I'm the only like team member that believes in what we're doing here. So I'm going out to our LPs almost as the team member who is guiding our founder development programs. So I'm kind of like an island in my company right now in that way. And maybe there's some fear the LPs don't agree. And then I'm like even more of an island, or some do. And I think it's like unknown what the response is going to be. But yeah, I think there's just a lot of doubt around me in my current setup. And that's like...
Doubt in you?
No, like around. In the ecosystem of my
Transcend. What is the question one last time? What's the question for the group?
Is it... I have this belief that people are not going to receive what I'm going to be representing. And I'm scared of what that means, like, come 10 days from now.
So tell us what does that mean? Is it a financial concern or a risk?
Yeah, we're responsible for these people's money. I don't think I'm fraudulent or any. In fact, I think it's like really responsible investing and really good structure. But I think it's more, will they want to support the next stage that I'm going into? Or will it just be like, no, it's not really how we...
Do you believe it?
What?
Your next stage. Do you
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm all in convicted, yeah.
All right. They need to know that.
Okay, that's helpful. So leading with the conviction of versus like, hey, this is something I've been doing. It's like, no, this is it. Yeah, got it. Just that tone shift.
If I gave you 10 million
Yeah.
and you haven't found where it's performing and you have some new direction for it, I need to know that you're confident and you believe in that.
Yeah.
And then that'll affect my initial response.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Julia?
Didn't last night when we were chatting, did I hear you say that you also have data to support the decision, like in what you've been observing happen?
Yeah.
Does that give you confidence?
For me, with my conviction, yes. I'm always scared how people interpret data. They could see it many different ways, or they can be like, it's not enough. Again, more of the doubt that has surrounded me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca?
Is it essential that you keep all the same investors from this fund to the next fund?
I don't think so.
Because I think one of the challenges that we talk about a lot here is that like not everyone will like our messaging, but our goal is to find the right people
Yeah.
who resonate. And so I wonder if acknowledging that like there may be some LPs who say that they don't want to be on board, and that if you're comfortable with that risk because you know that there are other people out in the world, which I think you do know,
Yeah.
that like you speak with, that we all speak with, who share this perspective and for whom it really resonates, then maybe the loss of some individuals who aren't aligned is something that you can be
Yeah.
comfortable with.
Stefan?
One thing I've noticed is you refer a lot to CounterpartOS team, etc., and what they are doing, and that's going to kill you. Because investors don't want to believe in what somebody else has believed. You have to define it as you have made an absolute clear observation that by focusing on the right things, we're going to create much safer investments. We're going to lead more transformational change. And this is my sincere belief. And the wonderful thing is, there are great partners out there that can help us. I've spent a bunch of time with these guys as an example, and it'll blow your mind. This is what we need in order for our investments to be safe. It's a totally different frame.
Yep.
You internalize, others would say, you internalize what you believe in. You're not deferring to what somebody else believes in.
So can I invite you to take what you just said
The man that doesn't like selling.
apply it?
That's the best selling I've seen.
That's how you sell.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it. Own that. And I would invite this group to come back to the fear. Because the fear is, I don't know what's going to happen, which is where you ought to identify exactly with that fear, because you don't know what they're going to say. The product might not work. They might not want to go forward with you. You may be a jackass. And the answer you gave him was your answer to yourself.
Huh.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
That's really hard to follow. But I'm gonna try. So Kevin knows this about me. I like to know where rock bottom is, and then can I see a way through, and that helps. Yeah. Can you see like what would rock bottom look like if this went the worst way it possibly could go? What's the worst that could happen?
Go to the worst.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good extra. Yeah.
Would you lose your family?
No.
Did you go to jail? Well, there you are.
I mean, it would be highly unlikely. The way narratives can be spun, I don't know. Like, maybe. But not jail, like charged with something, maybe. But, yeah. No, I think the rock bottom is like, yeah, it's just like people don't want to partner with me going forward.
Not taking you seriously?
Yeah.
Was in
The LPs, yeah, and not all of them, but like, oh, the rock bottom is for this thing is all of them don't want to partner with me going forward, and it's like, okay.
He does have this conversation with me, and it depresses the shit out of me from time to time. But the reason that it's informative is that are you making a mountain out of a molehill in your fear?
I think so.
I would say with high probability it's a molehill. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a mountain. You're working yourself into fear. Rock bottom allows you to go, well, what if everything blows up? What is it going to look like? And you're probably going to be okay. Even at the worst case scenario, that means it might not even be a molehill, it might be a rock.
Yeah,
Have you ever considered that it might need to be blown up?
I think it does, because my day-to-day, the reason why this is such a big issue is because it's not integrated into what I do every day now. Like, it's just kind of this monthly LP update that now I need to be more vocal on because my strategy is different than my other partners, so it needs a space for fiduciary responsibility. But, yeah.
It feels to me like this is a path that's quite well trodden. It's called the startup pivot, all right?
Yeah.
Like, you are an early stage VC, you are a startup. And what you're doing here is pivoting or evolving. Like, this happens all the time. And it's just about framing of like, why are you doing this? What was the driver of change? What wasn't working? Why will this work? What are you seeing in the market that makes you think this will work? Like, as long as you're, like, this is a well-trodden path, actually. And so, like, I view it as, like, as long as you're doing and explaining yourself clearly, like, I think, you know, there's most likely only good will come of it. Like, we had to do that and had to have a total shift in what we were doing, and I was definitely worried. But, like, in some ways, actually, the bigger worries end up being, like, working, as you've seen, with your internal team and getting them, often for people that are at a further distance, they're a little less attached and close to it. And they can say, oh, with a little more distance, oh yeah, what he's saying makes a lot of sense. That's logical. And I know internally, you just like I had to deal with struggles of like, how do you get the actual people that are wedded to it, that are in the team to shift? That's the harder struggle, and I think you've already done that.
Yeah.
And there's a data point here. Tom and I had the experience, kind of unique experience of having a condensed period of time where we were talking to the biggest PE firms around, because we had an idea for transformation of a big project. And in every case, when we sat down with these PEs, they were in the middle of trying to figure out their new value proposition.
Yeah.
They are stuck because it used to be cash, and cash is king. And all of a sudden, people like you are going, I don't know about cash. I don't know that I want to do that. Finding the deals, sourcing the deals, making them, what's our value proposition? Who are we? These big firms, blue chippers that want everybody in this room to be intimidated and to think that they're the ones that run the world. We're saying we're losing our value proposition with our LPs because we don't know. And they were attracted to the work we were doing because it gave their fund purpose.
Yeah.
What's different about what you're doing? You're not coming back with anything other than I see a new value proposition for the investments that I make.
What advice do you give founders that you've invested in when they're doing a pivot of how they go to market and they're worried about how the people around them are going to take it?
I mean, I think I just went through this with Civil for the last 3 weeks.
What advice did you give them?
Just clear, honest communication as you're going through the change. Like, keep us updated, and I'll be of as much support as I can as she goes through that shift. Yeah.
And you are you dishonest in any way in your life?
I think I have been. Yeah. I mean, in my life. Yeah.
Right now?
Oh no. I
Yeah, just don't become dishonest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't start now.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is simple, like, just do what you usually do what you ask Sybil to do, and, you know, but don't you start being dishonest now. Like, that's not your orientation, right? It's not the time to start. It's just the time to do more of what works. Did you have something? You put your hand up.
Yeah, it's kind of, we passed it.
Okay. You should. Yeah.
Last note on this is like your counterpart's counterpart with the LPs.
Mm-hmm.
So like approach it like any counterpart would. Like you can go through visioning and reckoning with your LPs if you need to. But like this is a model for that transition as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, the two things I would say is this moment is sort of almost blocking you. For me, the way that I overcome uncertainty is that the moments are what the value is, not controlling when they happen. So like, for me, a moment is it's on track. Like, whoa, like the moment is actually why we do this. We don't try to perform a moment. It just happens. Like, did you see that? Fuck. Yeah. Like, you know, did you hear that comment Kemp just made? Whoa, that was fucking. All right. And so, but that's the point. So you don't try to control it. And then the second thing is like, when you do enough transformations, you know that you're doing something transformative when you do an uncomfortable truth and there's relief. But at the same side of the coin, when someone has like an epileptic reaction to you in this most negative way, everyone in my team would freak out, and I'd just be sitting there and I'd be smiling, and that just makes it so much worse for the person having the response. And everyone's like, why do you smile? And I go, it just means that, hey, change is coming and we're on track. Like, we're onto the thing. Let's just keep doing the thing. Because that person who's having that response knows that they now have to change. And in all of their power, it means that, like, I knew I had to change. I don't want to change. And now I know I'm going to have to change. And that's all that is. So for us, it just meant, ooh, product market fit. Like, we were just straight away into it. So it's don't be afraid. You know, how I dealt with the fear of the confrontation, which I hated in that moment, and that uncertainty of what could happen. It was like, you make the negative response in the most worst fashion actually an indicator of the success that you've got the uncomfortable truth right and you got the timing right. Because timing in business is like the thing. And if that happens, it's like, hey, the canary in the coal mine moment has already happened in another room, and you just poked a wound where it happened in, and that's a good thing. And you just hold the space until they, you know, stop having the fit.
There's no negative reactions, so you worry.
Yes, if you don't have that response, the question we used to ask was, we have someone and they'd be like, well, that wasn't fierce enough, like, because our value was be fierce, our courageous value, and everyone would be like, oh yeah, we sort of held back. And like, what do we do? Rebook it, let's go back in and let's do it again. Like, and everyone's like, well, why did you rebook it? It's like, well, what do you mean? We missed the mark.
So take this moment right here, right now. There is no relief in you. As you hear this, there isn't relief.
No.
And all of us are aware of the fact that you're in a state, and we can offer the best of what we have, but you can't hear it because it's a moment. And so I would just double down on his invitation to the moment, because you have work to do after this session, which is what's present. What's present? Fraud, being seen, what's present in you is in every one of these people in the work they're doing. And here you are as a funder and a supporter of them. this is your reckoning. And you've been working with Alberto, and in a way, pushing that reckoning off, even as you guys have worked out your arrangement. What you haven't done is reckon yet with everything that's happening to you in this moment. And so you're gonna do it. It's already gonna be done. And you'll know it when you say, and the uncomfortable truth arrives, and it doesn't have to be shame, and it doesn't have to be fraud, but the uncomfortable truth that at this moment, I'm refusing to take the wisdom I need, you'll breathe. And when you breathe, it's done.
Yeah.
And getting through the moment is by being in the moment, not by getting it past you. Don't wish for next Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay, these days are precious days because you've created a cauldron for yourself. Stay in the fucking cauldron. Not for the business, not for the LPs, but for your development as a leader.
Yeah. Yeah. My reflection on what you just said is like, I've spent so much time going to the reckoning with Alberto and just other team members and partners. And I think there's some internal reckoning to be done in these next few days. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Michael, there are very few times where you can take a stand in life. Like, there are very few times. And when you're young, you always think, oh, there's going to be more times to take a stand. There isn't many. And there are fewer times where you can take a stand and the arena is calling for blood. Like, don't miss your opportunity to be Maximus Decimus Meridius.
It is a spectacular moment.
It's like, seriously, man. Like, there's only one Maximus Decimus Meridius in one moment.
Yeah, I think the frame that's, I guess I'm coming to here from what I'm hearing from everyone is like, this moment can be a really fun declaration of where this room is going, me being a part of it too.
And just note can be. It is.
Is, and yeah, will continue to be. Yeah.
Right. You look around. You look around these people. Mm-hmm. When you speak to those LPs, you look at these people who are taking 2 days a weekend away from their families, doing this work, which is long and hard, and staying up late and coming in early. And what are they doing it for? They're doing it because they want to make the vision real. And you are telling these LPs, that's what our mission is. Yours and mine. Not, what am I doing? I want to inform you. What are we doing? We have to reclaim the mission. And as you say, whether it's Counterparts doesn't need to come up, I know that I cannot be an investor without being in the work. Mm-hmm. It's shared work. How many of you LPs are doing shared work with your investors? I mean, this is a moment for triumph, and it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And everything is aligned to your benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Michael Nerera, Army of the Turtles to the north, Don't be scared of practicing or rehearsing how you lead people there. And if anyone says in those moments that they don't, they're lying to you. The easiest way to prepare yourself is to over-prepare.
Yeah. Thank you.
No. Anyone else? Next fear? Anyone stuck? I'm going to start picking liquors that haven't got up yet.